Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 21 and the Episode 22 also today. 2 episodes on the same day, that's already great. Even more because this morning I had to re-upload my video, about the Episode 10, about Todoroki, and his origin, meaning discovering what happened with his mother and all of that. Turned out that for all of these episodes of My Hero Academia that I watched, that I reacted to and that I uploaded on YouTube, it's the only episode for which I had a lot of issues. Like, I have issues for each one of them, but normally when the video is okay, is passing the test, after that I have no issue at all with it, and it's the only one for which I still have issues, like again and again, and now it's bothering me a little because in fact you already discovered my reactions and my thoughts about it, but it got blocked, so I'm forced to re-upload it, so I lost all of the views on it, all of your comments about it, and for sure the little monetization that I can have for it. Little monetization, like just to tell you, it's 0, 20 euros that I had for this video. So clearly I'm not gonna fight to have this this video back and stuff like that, and even more because it's really rough to fight with the Japanese studio. Like, you're risking way more by fighting with them than just to accept it and to try to re-upload the video by working on it. You're risking, something on your channel and not just something on your videos. So that's not bothering me to re-upload it, but I hope that it's gonna stop at some point, because maybe in fact I'm gonna be forced to just not re-upload at all this video, so you're gonna have nothing on YouTube, and maybe I'm gonna be forced to find another way for you to have access to it, or just I would be forced to tell to people, if you want my reaction to it, go on my Patreon, because on YouTube it doesn't work and I can't do anything about it. It happened, it was for the first seasons of The Last Kingdom and also for all of Battlestar Galactica. I couldn't upload anything about it, so I just decided to post these videos, somewhere else, at least the reaction part. And when I had my Patreon, when I created it, I created a single post, on which you can find all of my reactions for both of these shows, and I regrouped everything on my Patreon and not out there anywhere, like I regrouped everything. So maybe I'm gonna be forced to do that, but it's bothering me because I hope that for the next episodes that I'm gonna watch, about My Hero Academia, I'm not gonna have that issue also for the next episodes. I would be really annoyed, if it's the case, if at some point some episodes in particular, maybe the most important one, because right there, this episode about Todoroki, we know that it's a big one. So the more I'm gonna progress, the more I'm gonna discover big episodes. So I'm afraid that at some point maybe I'm not gonna be able to upload any of these ones. It's bothering me. We'll see how it's gonna be, but I just wanted to give you that update just in case, you were wondering about why that re-upload about that episode of My Hero Academia, and in case it's gonna happen again and I'm gonna be forced to take that kind of decision, I want to tell you that so you can see that I'm already afraid of that thing and I'm already thinking about solution, but I don't know how it's gonna be. So just in case, what is happening right now for me and what maybe it's gonna happen, where I'm standing and all of that. You know that I'm always trying to be fully honest with you guys about that kind of stuff, fully transparent also, because I think that it's important for you guys to know that, hello, we are humans, so we are dealing with human stuff, meaning you know that. That's why I'm telling you when I'm into a bad mood or a sad mood, because I'm a human person, you know, and I think that it's important because it can impact also my way of watching stuff. And also when I have issues with some videos on my channel or stuff like that, I'm saying it to you because it's also to show you that we are dealing also with human stuff, like, and also with technical stuff. And sometimes when we are forced, it's the word, you know, forced to upload certain versions for these videos, it's really because we are forced to do it like that. It's not what we wanted at first. And that's why I'm saying it each time. The version that I really wanted to share with you guys, you have it on my Patreon. When I want, you know, to share the full reaction part for big episodes, but also when I want to share the extended reaction part, meaning, you know, all of the scenes, all of the moments, all of the reactions that I really wanted to share with you guys before, you know, being forced to cut it that much, to play with opacity and stuff like that for the YouTube version, so it can pass the test, you know, and you can have it no matter what. So it was just a reminder, and it was just a little information during this intro about that. Okay, right there, this episode that I'm gonna watch today, I'm not sure that I know what is gonna happen during it, because for the previous one, it was mostly about the fight between Ida and Stein with Todoroki, with also Deku, and we had to deal with the consequences of it, and our guys coming back to school, and we had all of that, you know, all of these informations about, oh, I don't know, one for all or all for one. Now that I know that there is a big difference between, you know, these two quirks, in fact, I'm really trying to not say the wrong stuff. Now that we know the truth behind Deku's quirk, that's really something big, but at the same time it brought a lot of questions for me. Like, okay, all of that about that guy who could do that with his quirk, who forced that on his brother, and his brother who had really a sense of justice and who was against all of what his own brother was doing, decided, you know, to use his quirk against him, and little by little this quirk is getting stronger, and that's why All Might, he tried to really get over the master, and he thought that he did, that he totally destroyed him, but in fact it was not the case, and that's why now it's gonna be Deku who is gonna be the one to destroy the master, to kill him. And we saw that this master is getting healed and is close to be totally okay, totally fine enough to get out, so maybe he's gonna use his quirk and he's gonna do what he did before, you know, all of that about controlling people, manipulating people and all. So we can have a lot of stuff, and in addition of that, we have the League of Villains, which is getting stronger because of what Stein said, and the League of Villains, they are using it by saying that Stein was with them, and by saying that they're gonna do what he wanted to do. And I said it, I'm really afraid of, okay, villains joining them, but also random people with quirks joining them because of this speech, these ideas, and also random people, citizens, not joining them, but agreeing with everything that they're gonna do. And I think that, in fact, that's the most dangerous, you know, to have the public, the crowd, approving what an organization is doing, even if they're not a part of it. The fact that they have the approbation, you know, of the majority, I think that it can be worse, in fact, because it's legitimating, you know, their actions, their ideas. So that's what I'm afraid of now. I can imagine, you know, that all of that is gonna get bigger, and it's gonna be about really organizations against organizations, people thinking that they are doing the right thing, but in fact no. You know, they made that, you know, a real subject also by saying that All Might is representing the real justice, the real hope, the good side, But we saw that there is no good side, there is no bad side, and that some of these heroes can do really bad stuff. For sure, I have Andover in mind, but I have also the fact that Stain, he attacked some heroes who were doing bad stuff according to him, and when we had Ida, for example, going for that personal revenge, we can understand him okay, but we can understand also what Stain was saying, even without agreeing with what he did, and the fact that maybe for some other heroes also it's really bad what they are doing in fact, or at least it's illegal, or it's not moral, it's not ethic, so we'll see about it. Like, I can imagine that it's gonna get bigger and it's gonna go on that direction, all of this anime, which could be great, really. But for these 2 episodes that we're gonna watch right now, I don't know what it's gonna be. We saw at the end of the last episode that they talked about the final exam, and that's gonna be cool, so maybe it can be about that. And after that, we're gonna have all of them going, you know, at that camping, something like that. We'll see, and I'm gonna see that right now. Let's go for this episode. Like I said, remember that on my Patreon you can have extended and full reaction parts for these episodes, and you have them also really in advance with 4 episodes of advance on my Patreon. 4 episodes of advance, it's really a lot. So if you're interested by that, these advantages, and also to have a way to support me, it's on my Patreon. Let's go for this episode. That's really gonna be the subject of a discussion, okay.
ミッドナイトさんはデビュー当時あまりに過激なコスチュームで話題を呼び
It was even worse, our first costume about that.
今もやばいですけどね。個性の性質上、衣服が活動の妨げになってしまう。そういった方は多いのです。ぶっちゃけ趣味ですよね。
I can understand that, but I don't think that it's your case.
喧嘩もしたらすごいと思ってますよ。いい年して。若さしか取り柄なんですって。
Not nice. Oh, you loved it. I was right. Final exams. Oh, Tokoyami, I would think, you know, that you're better than that. Same. Oh, you're good. For sure, you're better. For sure, you're the number one. No. She always adds the good answers, you know. I'm sure you're gonna be a good teacher. And all? You have a big house? What about you? Only third. For sure it's not okay for you. You liked just right there, and why? Oh, to take one of their places maybe. いつか君たちが呼ぶトラブルに巻き込まれて僕らまで被害が及ぶかもしれないな。不用神にたたられたみたい。ああ、怖っ。飯田の件知らないの？剣道君。入試の時みたいな対ロボットも実践するらしいよ。 Really? Seems weird. They would want for you to improve. Seems so. I think so. What? He did.
てめえはつくづく俺の神経逆なでするな。
Not everything is about you.
随分奇抜だよ。個人成績で嫌が王にも優劣がつく。完膚なきまでに差をつけててめえぶち殺してやる。
Ah, you're so extreme each time.
久々にガチな爆豪だ。少々あるいはゾウ爆豪思った以上にこじれたんだ。
Ah, you saw that. And you're having notes on it. That's great. You know? They are keeping an eye on him, on how he's using his power and his attitude and all. On one hand, I love it because he needs to be well guided. On the other hand, I don't want for him to be fired or anything like that because they're gonna put him in a box like we can't teach him. And yes, I saw her place, it was a good one. These two working together.
全員手を止めろ。
Cool.
この試験でももちろん赤点はある。林間合宿行きたけりゃみっともねヘマするなよ。
That's what I was thinking.
情報を仕入れて
No.
今回から内容を変更しちゃうのさ。校長先生。
The fact that he was writing just right there.
諸君らにはこれから2人1組でここにいる教師1人と戦闘を行ってもらう。
Two against one teacher?
なおペアの組と
Oh, we're gonna see you fighting all of you. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Like, for example, the principal, I want to see his
まずは轟とヤドロスがチームで
Oh, that's an amazing
そして
team.
緑へと爆豪がチームで相手は
You can't kill him. You have to work with him. It's even better. Oh, it's the worst possible for Bakugo.
憲法理由は分かりましたが生徒を2人1組にし我々教師と戦わせるというのは
俺らがあっさり勝っちまったら点数もつけられないよ。
いかがも何も僕は演習試験の内容変更に賛成してるよ。これ以上生徒たちを危険に合わせないために我々は何をすればよいか。生徒自身に強くなってもらうことさ。ですね。
では組の采配についてですが
You did it on purpose to put these two together.
そしてヤドロスは万能ですがとっさの判断力や応用力に欠ける。次に緑谷と爆豪ですがオールマイトさん頼みます。それに関しては能力や成績で組んでいません。
La attitude.
それに仲の悪さ
Good job. Good job.
それじゃあ組み合わせ
He's a good teacher for that.
一気に発表するよ。
Oh, two and okay, good team. Oh no, Chaco whip. Oh no. Ah, for sure, you're the last match.
このハンドカフスを教師にかける。はどちらか一人がステージから脱出することさ。いくよ。
He's gonna want for Deku to escape.
そこで戦い勝てるならそれでよし。実力差が大きすぎる場合逃げて応援を呼んだ方が賢明。お前らはよく分かってるはずだ。
ヒーロー殺しの狙いは俺とその白アーマーだろ。応戦するより逃げた方がいいって。
間違いない。この試験クリアして
Run away if you need to. If you have to protect, you have to stay.
体重の約半分の重量を装着する。ハンデってやつさ。ちなみに
And you're weaker also.
夏目少女の
But maybe you should.
夏目さん
Cool!
佐藤木島よいしろ。
Go for it, Kirishima.
どこやみちゃん、作戦会議しましょう。
That's gonna be a good one.
さて、今日は激務になりそうだね。
みんなと先生の戦いを見れる機会なんてあまりないし。
You want to learn from it?
ちゃんと作戦の話し合いをしようと思っても。
そっか。
Oh, you're gonna need to.
話が通じない感じ。
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, from a large distance.
正面突破で高得点を狙うぜ。おーよ。
That? Oh, you're lucky to not have du diabète. I'm sorry. Physical strength is not the answer. You have to attack him not by the ground, you know? His weakness is the fact that he can only create things, you know, through the floor and all. So. Don't only think about your strengths, but think about your opponent's weakness. It means that they failed. They're not gonna go camping? Yep, you have to make a plan. Even more because you're fighting All Might. The two of you, that's a good team. That's your queen, you? Oh, no, I don't think. Cool. Okay, so I was right about this episode being about the exam, the final exam, but I was wrong about how long it's gonna take us, because if they are really showing us all of this combat, I think that it's gonna take more than, for sure, one episode, but also more than 2 episodes. Like, I can imagine that during the next episode we're gonna see some combats, you know, not just one of them. But during that time, we need also for some of these guys to talk together. Like, I can imagine that we're gonna have something for Bakugo and Deku to talk together, to plan something together, because they're gonna both understand, you know, that these combats are really a big thing and that they have to make strategy and stuff like that. Like, they have to take their ego and put them right there. I know that for Bakugo it's gonna be really rough, but he's gonna be forced to do that. So just that, to convince him to talk with Deku and then to make a plan, it's gonna take some time, while I think other people are gonna have their own combats. So for me, you know, the next episode that I'm gonna watch today, and the only other episode that I'm gonna watch today is episode 22, I'm not gonna have Bakugo and Deku fighting All Might. I think that it's a really, really, really great idea to put these two together. The fact that it was on purpose, the fact that Aizawa thought about it, and that it's truly, you know, because of the fact that Bakugo has such a bad attitude, and even more against Deku, and that he saw that. And as a teacher, he knows how important it is for all of his students not to be friends, but at least to work well together, and to understand that they are not enemies. They are fighting together against enemies, but they are not enemies together. And you know, the fact that he was taking notes about it during that moment, I didn't know that it was for the final exam, and I just saw him taking notes about Bakugo, saying that Bakugo is getting worse and worse, and I was like, that's great, because I love the fact that you're keeping an eye not only on, you know, his results, but also on his attitude, because we don't want for Bakugo to evolve badly, you know, maybe at some point to become a villain or anything like that. And you have to guide him not only to be a good hero, to have all of these qualifications, you know, but also to represent well heroes, to have the moral compass that you need as an hero. And for now, Bakugo, he doesn't have it. So I thought that it was great for that, but at the same time, it reminded me the fact that I don't like that into that anime, you know, into that system, they are putting people into boxes, like already really early, when these kids, they have their quirks, they are already categorized according to these quirks, and I really think that they are already keeping an eye on some because some quirks are considered, you know, as more dangerous, and they have some cliches about that. Like we saw it during the sports festival. And I have the impression that also this system with some of these rules, okay, the rules are logical, but because of these rules you can push people to do illegal stuff, and because of that they can become villains just because they didn't subscribe to these rules, you know, they didn't accept it. So when Aizawa took this note about Bakugo and said that about him, I was really glad because it can be really a good thing for Bakugo, but at the same time I thought almost immediately, you know, that it can be also a bad thing if they are categorizing Bakugo as someone, you know, they can't teach to him because he has such a bad attitude, and someone like Bakugo with a quirk like he has and also with an attitude like he has, you know, he always wants to prove that he's the best and all. If you're pushing that boy to his limits, you know, or if you are firing him or anything like that, I'm afraid of him going on the bad direction. I don't think that it's the direction that the writers they want to take with Bakugo. I think that on the contrary, they want to make a big evolution for him and a good evolution for him with time, with Deku, with his relationship with Deku and all, and that could be cool. And in fact, no, that's gonna be cool to watch, to follow. I cannot wait to see what can be really one of the first switch, you know, for Bakugo. But I have to keep in mind that one of the possibilities for him, it's also that, you know, it's also a bad side, a bad direction. We'll see about it. Right there, all of these teams together. Ochako with the fake French guy. Oh, he's so annoying. His quirk is great, but him is annoying. And I'm not saying that because he's speaking French but with a bad accent, and also by using words which are correct but which are not working well in the same sentence, and why that sentence during that moment. I'm not saying it because of that. It's not annoying me because of that. It's annoying me because he's acting, you know, like he's so shiny and all, like, you know, he's too proud of himself, he's in love with himself, with his own image, you know, and all. He loves too much the sound of his own voice, he's bragging too much. And you know, he has also such an annoying voice. So for Ochako to do something with him, I didn't pay attention to who they would be fighting. Oh, but I'm just depressed for my girl, you know, to be on the same team than him. For the other ones, Momo and Todoroki, that's gonna be an amazing one. And you know, I didn't think about it, and it was great, you know, when they explained why they put these two together. Because I didn't think, you know, about the fact that Momo, during the festival, she had trouble, you know, to take decisions really quick, and that's why she lost. And the fact that she can improve with that, when for Todoroki, he's acting really quick, you know, he can take decisions really quick, and maybe she can learn from that. So now, I want to see these two fighting together because they can really help each other, but also because they are the first ones of this class. Now, you know what they said at the beginning? For what I remember, it's that it's gonna be cool. Oh, and just to come back to Deku and Bakugo, the fact that they're gonna fight against All Might. I don't know what to think about it, because All Might, is he gonna go, you know, full power against Deku and Bakugo? I mean, all of the other teachers, you know, they're gonna do it, but right there we know that he cares about Deku, and the fact that they have the same quirk, you know, are they not gonna show it too much right there by using it at the same time? And we know that All Might is beginning to be weaker, so I'm also afraid for him to use his quirk too much, to not have enough stamina, or to not have enough time. Also, we know that he can't use his quirk for a long time now. So I'm also afraid of that. But like I said, I don't think that I'm gonna see that during the next episode that I'm gonna watch today. So I don't think that I'm gonna have that to worry about just right now. Kirishima, who didn't succeed right there, it was not a surprise because I really didn't think that he was using the good technique. I really think that against Cemento you have to find a way to attack him by surprise or by the air, because all of what he can do, you know, it's related to the ground, to things, you know, based on cement. So I really think that you have to find a way to avoid that and not to go for it with your physical strength. But does it mean right there that they failed? For sure they failed that exam, but they didn't fail the entire exam, you know? And they're gonna come, you know, to the camping. I really hope so. Do you know that I really love Kirishima? Okay, I'm gonna start this review right now and I'm gonna watch one more episode today. For you it's gonna be in another video. Remember that if you want, if you're watching this on YouTube, on my Patreon you can already have the 4 next episodes if you can be interested by that, and if you want to support me, you can go on my Patreon. No matter what, it's gonna be in another video, so it's all for you for this video and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.